game last night involved with illegal poker games backed by the mob? Why? Look, I don't know exactly what he did, but why would he go near any of that to begin with? Of course, the timing of this is all very curious, but it's essentially every league's worst nightmare. Silver has to be longing for the good old days when teams just paid superstars millions under the table for no-show jobs to circumvent the cap. I'm Jim Rome. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Hey there, everybody. TGIF. Happy Friday to you here as we get you ready for a football weekend on Sports Daily. Jacob Albrocht alongside TJ Cleveland. Max Power producing for us in studio, taking your calls at 869-1240. We're glad you're here with us on a Friday. Fridays are always fun. If you want to get in touch with the program, you can call at 869-1240. You can also leave us comments on our video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X. Those avenues are available. Thanks for watching us on 12 News Connected. Thanks for listening to us on the Odyssey app. On the Odyssey app, you can click the little microphone if you're listening and leave us a voicemail, which is a pretty cool thing. We have the football previews. We're going to talk high school football today. We are going to talk college football, of course, final thoughts and some predictions on the Sunflower Showdown, some predictions on the football weekend. We'll make our football picks with the full crew coming up in the next hour as well. It's all What's on Tap, brought to you by Wichita Brewing Company, where it's patio season. Well, sort of. It's a little rainy out there today, but you can still smash a Yumpkin Pumpkin on Delano's rooftop deck. Enjoy happy hour at WBC East's new remodeled patio, or grab a drink shielded from the setting sun at WBC West. When you think patio, think Wichita Brewing Company. Pizza and beer made here. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Happy Friday. Going to have a nice little weekend. Sunflower Showdown. Wake up early. Get out there. Going to be a very rainy Sunflower Showdown. I got confirmation from our guy Peyton Sanders that there's about a 100% chance of rain about 5 minutes into the game for the rest of the game. He gave me a graphic I tweeted out at halftime, 1 p.m., just drenched, and it's not going to stop.
Well, it was noisy last night. That was as loud a storm as I can remember. My goodness. We're sitting there. What was that, about 2 a.m. when that thing rolled through? The pets, and my pets don't care about that stuff. Like, they don't care about fireworks or thunder, but they were just like awake, like looking at you like, what the hell's going on here? One of our kids came into the room, like, it's like, wow, this is, I don't know if you just like, if your body just gets used to it from like the summertime thunderstorms, but that one, like, our house was shaking. That one was so loud. That seemed unusual for October. But it was a noisy storm that rolled through last night, if everybody's feeling a little groggy today.
It did, yeah. And now that we are told that football tonight should be fine, football tomorrow will be affected. So that arises the question. I chuckled. He told me that, and I was like, "You got to make me a graphic for that." And I'm going to post it. And I posted it, and within 5 minutes, I had one KU fan saying, "We don't have a run game, we're screwed," and one K-State fan saying, "We suck in the rain." So make of that what you will.
Neither team seems to have a run game. It'll potentially impact things. We'll dig into the weather component of it in our final thoughts. We'll of course pick that game as well coming up in a little bit. I am having a hard time deciding where to go with that one. I really am. It feels like a coin flip all the way through. It will be fun, and why not throw some weather in there on top of everything? Hopefully, it's not cold rain, and the fanfare and everything is still fun and exciting.
It's gonna be like 57 degrees all day long.
I mean, hey, listen, you asked for this. This is what you wanted, right? You've been asking for this for weeks. You wanted
football.
this
I'm
weather.
fine. I'm fine with the weather. The rain's gonna suck.
Well, with the winter comes winter precipitation. That's something that all you psychopaths that have just been asking for the beautiful low 80s sunshiny weather that we've had to get out of here. This is what you wanted. So I hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy every second of it. I was not ready. Listen, I'm never like the rain's fine. The rain's fine. We've got kids' soccer games and everything that we'll be outside for this weekend too. So we'll be right there with you. But we'll get your final thoughts there. That is coming. That will be fun. It's affecting everything. You've got all the fall stuff, the pumpkin patches. We give away HTO here every day, which you can do that by texting the keyword T to the short code 20357. Once per day, message and data rates apply. So we do that. We've got a food truck coming to the East store today, and I'm just like, well, wonder what that's going to be like. I'm going to stand in the rain and wait on some lobster.
I was say that the lobster again. This is like Maine weather. This is what you're asking for.
That's true. That's true. It is Maine lobster, Cousins Maine lobster, and this would be like the Northeast. So get the true experience out there. But it is like everybody's got plans this time of year. You've got your pumpkin patches. You've got things for work. It's the fall. You're supposed to get outside and enjoy it. And this is going to be just take a look at the schedules and things. And some things could get shifted around, but it did sound like, and this is what I saw yesterday too, high school football should be okay. We should get a reprieve in time. Fields will be wet, but it won't be raining, right? That's the expectation.
That's what I was told. So some people are being, precautionary and moving games up to 6 o'clock. But Peyton said that, shouldn't be an issue at all tonight. So.
All right. Well, that high school football coverage coming up today on the show is brought to you by Zintex Remodeling Group. Remodel your bathroom in as little as one day with Zintex Remodeling Group, ZINTEX.com. We also have to get into now that we have a little more information on this just wild and massive gambling story from that we were just getting bits and pieces of yesterday. Boy, it's interesting. It's pretty interesting, and it has more to do than just like games themselves. There's the mafia and poker and all kinds of stuff. So we'll get into that as well today. We had Thursday night football last night, which was kind of a bummer because you felt like it was going to at least be a competitive game. It was not. The Chargers dominate the Vikings 37-10. Carson Wentz trying to play with one arm in that game. I don't know why they left him out there so long. And you see, you see him with that brace getting annihilated and the clear discomfort he's in. And you're just like, what in the world could still be going on with JJ McCarthy? Like, it's got to be better than that.
I agree. Yeah, it's a weird situation. And he looked not good back there. It was an ugly game for the Vikings. So, the conspiracy theorists are out about, what's going on with JJ McCarthy, why they've been waiting so long whenever Carson Wentz basically had a discombobulated shoulder, and then he looked like he broke his hand by accidentally punching a helmet last night, and then a whole slew of events. It turned into some Max Brosmer minutes. We were joking about that at work. We got the Max Brosmer minutes late.
Yep.
Scored a half a fantasy point last night. So
and Wentz hadn't been awful either. Just to be fair to him, like the first three appearances for him were all pretty good, right? He had through his first three games, he got in during the Cincinnati game. He had like 5 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. He was completing more than 65% of his passes, close to 70% of his passes. it got a little dicey there. He had a pretty bad game against Philadelphia and then a terrible game last night. But it wasn't like he was playing poorly to the McCarthy thing. He had one bad game out of the 4 that he played. And then last night, it's not just, he was so injured.
Yeah.
That you're like, what are we doing here? Like,
yeah.
JJ McCarthy's got a sore ankle. Carson Wentz looks like he might die soon. He's old and he's got one arm.
That was the case going into the game. Like, it wasn't a surprise that he was so injured. That's what was kind of the surprising part about, like, are we sure? Like, this is what we want to do?
37-10. Chargers get a win. Chargers look pretty good. I want to talk about them a little bit, too, as a threat still in the AFC West because they got a little healthier, and it showed. But we've got it all covered for you here on Sports Daily. Just getting started. It's all Brockton, Cleveland. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
On KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up each and every morning, including on this rainy Friday morning. It is a coffee morning. So thank you to them for helping out everybody across the Odyssey family of networks. All right, TJ, let's real quick. We'll go to Thursday Night Football, and then we'll get into some of this, this betting stuff, that big story from yesterday. I just want to talk. I mean, it wasn't a competitive game. I do want to talk about the Chargers, though. 419 yards of offense, and they really let the dogs off there at the end. Kimani Vidal looked good. They lost their what we thought were going to be their 2 starting running backs, and it's funny, the guy they kind of drafted last year to be a factor is a factor. Justin Herbert is running more. They have receiving weapons for days now, TJ, with the development of Oronde Gadsden. And I mean, they didn't even need Quentin Johnston last night. You got McConkey there, Allen, Gadsden now, Quentin Johnston. Joe Alt played their offensive line. They're not going to get Slater back, but they could get the other 2 tackles back. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, yeah, this could be a really good offense again. Minnesota's not a bad defense. And the Chargers, it felt like they did whatever they wanted to last night.
Yeah, it's a good thing I went out in our giant guillotine league last week, because I was reliant on Quentin Johnson. He didn't get a single target. They didn't even look at him last night. Not a single ball thrown his way. That's what the rise of Gadsden does for this offense, as you're saying. So, yeah, we've talked about the Chargers as a team that was like, this team's really legit. And then it's like, this team's probably not that legit. And now it's like, well, they're pretty good. They're going to be top. They're going to be in the top, X amount of AFC teams whenever you think about the top teams there. So I think that it still will be a little bit of a chase between the Chiefs and the Chargers in that division if they play like this.
I'm just imagining, and I don't know how good their defense is. I mean, they obviously pressured Wentz like crazy yesterday, which was a good. If you're not great defensively, if you can pressure the quarterback, that's always the great thing you can do to mask it. I just wonder, like, how much in that little losing streak that they had with all those injuries, if they get healthy. I mean, we talk about the Chiefs being the best team in the AFC. We don't really know. The AFC is real even this year. The Ravens have had their injuries. The Bills have struggled. Like, are the Chargers all that different than any of the top AFC teams? Because I'm not sure they are. I like that Chargers team, that healthier version we saw last night. I like them more than I like the Broncos. Yeah. I would take a playoff game, that Chargers team, over the Colts, even though I know I'm not giving the Colts enough credit. I'm not, and that's on me. And I'll probably regret that all year. But I think they have a chance to be right there in the end if they can, now stay a little healthier as they're getting a little healthier.
Yeah, I'd agree. That was kind of my point there, is that I think that, if you polled the nation, I bet that there's only 2 teams people would put ahead of the Chargers right now, and it's the Bills and the Chiefs probably in the true power rankings of the AFC, and then the Colts would be right there. I agree, right there. But I think the Chargers, from what we've seen, whenever they've played well, I mean, they can put it up.
Yeah, I mean, if they have a remotely healthy line, if Herbert runs like that, Like if it's the Mahomes thing, right? Like I'm sure began to run because his line wasn't very good. And now if he can use it as a weapon and not just like a safety valve, plus these weapons they have. Speaking of Oronde Gadsden, who's been a revelation for them.
Where'd he come from?
Syracuse. He's a rookie, and he was a really, really good player. I've listened to some of the people that I like to listen to scout players, and his receiver skills are off the charts. They just didn't know if he'd be able to block. Well, clearly they're fine with it because now as they have him out there just to be a weapon in the passing game, he's a big one. And he paid me big last night. I have been on fire, TJ, with first touchdown bets in primetime games. And my formula is holding true. Quarterbacks and tight ends in the primetime games. I don't know why, but I have now hit that on and this is an intentional transition to the betting story just because I think it's hilarious that everyone keeps having to do this. But it's been Bo Nix, Travis Kelce, Caleb Williams, this one, and I know there's been one more that I can't think of, Gadsden, on these primetime first touchdowns it's tight ends and quarterbacks. And it's been funny that keeps happening, but he is talented, man. And I don't know if that's why Quentin Johnston didn't get the targets. I don't think it is. I think they can use all of them. But Keenan Allen continues to be a part of that offense. Ladd McConkey's waking up a little bit, finally. He had a nice game last night. You're starting to see that a little bit. And reality is probably they're just going to, they'll pick apart a defense based on weaknesses and strengths. The Vikings had been a really good pass defense, which probably takes the bigger plays from a guy like Quentin Johnston away. And so they're like, that's fine. We'll just pepper it underneath to these other three target monsters. It reminds me a little bit of the Chiefs offense with a better run game.
That's
you probably pull back the pass game and you escalate the run game. They can run the ball probably better than the Chiefs can. They're not going to throw it quite like the Chiefs can. Quarterbacks are similar in the sense that they can beat you with their legs. And it reminded me an awful lot of the Chiefs last night, where I was like, man, they're just going to pick. And you can't stop all of them.
Yeah, that's what somebody, brought up last night is the fact of, Gadsden, people have been talking about the next Kelce now that he's almost on his way out the door. Obviously Brock Bowers is a really big receiving tight end. And it's like, Gadsden, have you seen like the records that he's broken in a rookie year of the amount of receptions and yards and everything of that nature?
And he's only been playing for 3 games, really.
I know, that's what I was saying.
Whenever you for just 3 games.
You told me yesterday that you were picking him for first touchdown. And I was like, I don't know who that is. And he's like, he's the tight end. And I was like, no, like Tyler Conklin and Will Dissly are the tight ends. Like, who's this guy?
Nope. He is this rookie receiving phenom that they're just letting run loose out there. And he's got skills. And a lot of his yardage last night came on a big chunk play where he got wide open. But even then, it would have been, for a tight end, it would have been, 4 catches, 40 yards-ish in that touchdown. Like, that would have been a really nice game for, like, he's good. He's a good player. And they look like they're sort of back. All right, so Thursday Night Football in the books. Cannot wait to see the Chargers and the Chiefs play again. But that's for another day. Let's talk about this betting story across. It's basketball mostly, but it's not. There's a basketball component. Some of the stuff on basketball we'd sort of heard before, right? This stuff with Terry Rozier we'd sort of heard before. And it was, I think, kind of clear of it for the most part. But then you get the Chauncey Billups accusations, and most of it has to do with an illegal, underground poker game in which it was being fixed involving the mafia and James Bond technology to cheat at these poker games. My first question was, did Billups know they were fixed, or was he just being paid to be there? That's what his lawyers will try to prove, I'm sure. Like, did he know these were being fixed? Like, was he in on the fix, or were they just like, hey, we want you to help bring people here. We'll pay you X amount of dollars. Come down and play cards. I don't know. We'll find out. He's also, though, not directly, but sort of indirectly, right, accused in some of the inside information for basketball. I don't think they name him in that stuff, but they basically describe him and his career.
There's basically just speculation that he was involved in that too, because it's all like the same like
crime family
mafia organization. Yeah. So like it's the same guys that were running the Rozier stuff with the Billups stuff is what I understand.
Co-conspirator 8 listed matches his description. So Chris Haywood is his attorney and released a statement saying he's a man of integrity, that they do not men of integrity do not cheat and defraud others, to believe that he did what the federal government is accusing him of, and that he would risk his Hall of Fame legacy, his reputation. He would not jeopardize those, let alone for a card game. It says he's never and would never gamble on basketball games, provide insider information, or sacrifice the trust of his team or the league. He's never backed down. He does not plan to do so now. He'll fight these allegations with the same tenacity. They're looking forward to their day in court. So that's it. We got to see this stuff play out in court. Who knows, right? These are arrests and accusations. Now we've got to get to, I'm sure that the games, they probably have hard evidence on all of that stuff. So that part's probably a little easier, but the involvement gets a little dicey. And then there's the Damon Jones element, which ESPN reported that he has provided things such as like inside information on when LeBron was, going to need rest. Not that LeBron's directly involved. He's not at all, but just that the coach was providing injury information that was not quite public to help people bet lines appropriately. So this is always the risk with this stuff, TJ. But again, like this is mafia. This is stuff where, and this is why I didn't want to jump to conclusions yesterday. Does any of this have anything to do with the access that we've been given to betting now? If anything, they caught Rozier because they were able to quickly flag through the technology that there was a bunch of money being placed on an under. And so they canceled it and they tracked it that way.
Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, the biggest story here for us to talk about, I think. Obviously, the biggest story is the cheating poker games with the James Bond technology. Because what the hell is going on there? Like, that's the big story. But for us, like, what the biggest sports thing I think you take away from this, because the poker just is a different realm at this point. It just happens to be with Chauncey Billups. The basketball part of it is that, like, there's always been, obviously the Jonte Porter thing happened, but like that was such like a one-off thing. Like Terry Rozier was one of the best players on the Heat. And like if Chauncey Billups is a head coach doing this kind of thing, and Damon Jones is a coach, like the NBA is a lot different than the NFL in the ability to, potentially point shave, not to accuse or do anything of that nature, but like it's so much easier in like think about this in football. Like this was an argument that somebody brought up to me, is that if you couldn't take the under on Patrick Mahomes' passing yards and then just have him just like be taken out of the game in the fourth quarter without raising some eyebrows. In basketball, like, oh, we're up 20, take Terry out of the game, he's done for the day. And like that's a common thing. And it's just like that can just happen. And it's the
player prop argument. It's the player prop argument, and I get it. And it's why I feel like it's too dangerous probably to have in college sports. I don't totally disagree with that sentiment in college sports, but they're leaving it there. Again, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about yesterday. Like this has been an issue for sports since the beginning of time, well before the technology for more people to be able to have fun with it existed, right? My question, and I genuinely don't know the answer to this, is does that technology make it more likely to happen, or does it make it more likely to get caught, right? Because we can track things now more easily. This is the mafia. They were messing around with this stuff before we had sports apps on our phone. So does that, and I don't know the answer to the question that I'm asking. I'm not saying that I do. I'm just wondering aloud, like, what is the, because what I don't think is that the solution is to just cut it off for everybody, because it's still going to happen. No. So how do you prevent it from happening? And I think it's being tracked. When you hear about the way like Jamison Williams' stuff, like when you hear about the way these players are being caught for this stuff, you're like, man, how would you ever get away with it? Like they can track this stuff so easily now, and they have like so many resources to flag it. it's interesting. Integrity's always been the biggest thing to protect in sports. And that's why Pete Rose got a lifetime ban. And that's why, the Black Sox, story exists for us, is because the integrity of the game was challenged and the integrity of basketball was challenged with yesterday's findings. There is no question about that.
That's what's the biggest deal.
What are you going to do to stop that? The best thing you can do is catch it.
So this is the thing. I'll bring this up to you. Alex Gold, 97 The Fan, our Kansas City station up there, the Odyssey station. He had an argument somebody was posting about yesterday of the fact that he thinks that this is a big enough deal, and that the fact that it's happened in 2 of the last 3 years, basically, there's been an NBA scandal, is the fact that player props, maybe across all sports, might have to change if the integrity is going to start getting this question because of things like this happening. He said that the only way that you can really change it is just to take away the unders, because a player can't guarantee how many points they're going to score or how many assists they're going to have, but they can guarantee that they're not going to have 30 points, or they can guarantee that they're not going to have 10 assists.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Look, I think that's the way you fix it.
I don't think there is a way to fix it. I don't think you're ever going to stop the mafia.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. This was
to shave.
This was the thing that little 10-year-old TJ. The first time I learned about Pete Rose is that they told me, they were like, "Well, yeah, he was betting on his team." And the first thing that I asked was he betting on them to win? And it's like, well, then he's not shaving points. He's just gambling. Like that's questioning the integrity of the game.
That's the thin ice, though.
I know. If he was betting against his own team, then
you just can't bet. Like you just can't bet. It's
I know that, but like the quick 10-year-old reaction is
right. No, I
was
agree.
He throwing
I still want to know the answer to that question. The 40-year-old me wants to know whether he was betting on him to win or lose. I think I know the answer, but I just it doesn't matter. And the problem and the area you come into if you're worried about like the player props, if you limit that, that's what fantasy football is. Okay, so like it's not quite as direct, but fantasy football is a collection of player props, basically. Like you're betting on players' individual performances rather than their teams. And so, like, what line do you eventually draw? I think the line is appropriate. The line is you can't do this or you'll be banned forever if you're directly involved. Like that's got to be the punishment, right? And it is. And the rule is you can't do XYZ, because I don't think we're ever going to stop bad actors from being bad actors and criminals. Are you going to tell the mafia? Sorry, hey, mafia, we don't want you to do this anymore. Like we're going to take away your abilities to do unders for player props. I mean, okay. Is that the only way the mafia has been involved or criminal organizations? Look at what's the old NBA ref that's accused of everything? Like there's a long history of this. It's why the penalties are so harsh. It's why a lot of people have been appropriately concerned about leagues getting involved on this stuff. I'm just not sure there is a fix. And we always do this. Anytime we see something, we're like, what's the fix? We have to radically change everything tomorrow. When the reality is 99% or more of everything that's been going on is fine. So is it just fine and we now focus real hard on catching these things when they happen? Or do you need to fundamentally change everything? I don't know the answer to that yet. I would lean into, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now. This is the first real big accusation, and it always involves basketball, doesn't it? Like it always involves basketball.
That's the thing that is just like killer in all the situation for the NBA is the fact of like in the NFL, like there's a certain like black and white. Like in the MLB, there's also like a certain pretty black and white thing. In the NBA, like refs there's a lot of subjection of calls in the NBA, and it's just like that's not good. Like with all this stuff going on, it's just like oh man, well he had the under, and like now it's just like that's happened. That's like what's stopping it from happening again? That's what's going to make everything in question. That's what's going to hurt the NBA so much.
It's already annoying to be an NBA fan because players sit out just because you want to see star players play. So yeah, if the answer might be let's go away from point props in basketball games, I could be good with that. But I'm going to need to see more bad. Like I need to know that this is more prevalent than this one organized effort to do this, which they caught, by the way. Anywho, we'll come back. Let's dig into Sunflower Showdown a little bit. I know we'll pick it in the next hour, but we'll get our kind of final thoughts on it when we return.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a part of the program, for being a great supporter of the program. Probably not a lot of golf today or tomorrow, but still a great bar and restaurant. Maybe a good day to get in there, get you a beer club, big old draft beer, and watch some football, eat some wings or any of the great menu items. Give Crestview a call and check out the facilities. They're fantastic. A great family atmosphere. Tell them we sent you here from Sports Daily. We appreciate their support of the program. Hey, go Buffs, huh? Go Buffs. TJ, you sent me this. West Texas A&M, my alma mater, the Lady Buffs, take down Arizona last night. You kidding me? And I think this was played in Arizona.
Yeah, it was.
Go Buffs.
Big deal.
It's awesome to see it, and infuriating at the same time that they're still Division II and not Division I yet. I've said this all the time, and I'm going to get on my soapbox again. All of the schools, the big rivals when I was in college, have all gone on to Division I now. Abilene Christian, Tarleton State. Like, what are we doing here? WT, what are we doing? We got to get it together. And this shouldn't surprise anybody, by the way, that they were good enough to beat Arizona. This is a team that's a powerhouse. It's Brandon Schneider, right? KU's head coach.
Mhm.
His dad, Bob, was a legendary coach at West Texas A&M.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, forever he was the coach down there. He was the coach while I was in school. He was the coach in my first few years in the media. And then Krista Gerlich, who is now the Texas Tech head coach, succeeded him. So you have this just like line of coach, like it was incredible. Like it is an incredible program. It was the kind of women's basketball program where you have bigger crowds and then people kind of go home and trickled out for the men. Now the men have gotten also really good. And they're just sitting there in Division II in a Division I facility. Like the arena they play in is fantastic. And it is so angering that this is happening. But awesome for them to take down Arizona last night. Go Buffs. All right, we come back. What's that?
Jets got some D1 competition coming up. Jets going to Bramlage Coliseum on Halloween.
It'll be spooky.
I don't think we'll be having this conversation on November 1st.
It'll be spooky. I don't either. I don't either. All right, TJ, let's before we pick them in the next hour, Sunflower Showdown. We don't have to give away the farm here. We don't have to give away who we're picking. I don't know about you. I just like I'm having such a hard time with this one this year. I really am. Like I can't put my finger on it. And now if it's a weather game, I mean, come on. It makes me not want to bet that over anymore. I will tell you that. But I don't know. Like I just like here's what I like about it. These two quarterbacks get this stage to just go win a game. Right? Like you've got two quarterbacks capable of putting their teams on their back. You've got Jalen Daniels playing as good as he's ever played. You've got Avery Johnson finding his groove and finding his rhythm and all of his, talent and all these things. And it kind of feels to me like, all right, quarterbacks, go win this a game here. Like go add to your legacy with this game. Go get it done. Because I think all the secondary players, that's where it's hard to know, like Dylan Edwards is out. Daniel Highshaw hasn't been able to be the player we expected. Each has a really talented receiver, Jace Brown, Emmanuel Henderson. Like, what are we doing here? I have no idea. And neither defense is very good either, by the way.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. As we've said for, weeks now, it feels like it was like leaning KU. Then it was maybe leaning K-State. Now maybe leaning KU a little bit. And then the rain throws a wrinkle in everything. And then it's like, man, well, KU may not have a running back. Like Le'Shawn Williams is questionable. And Daniel Highshaw's back, but he's been injured all year. So who knows how back he really is. And then you look at K-State and they're not going to have Dylan Edwards. And then it's like, what are we going to throw the ball 50 times in a downpour? Like who... Jalen Daniels might have 20 rushing attempts tomorrow. And Avery might have to have a bunch as well. Like, truthfully, it's going to be so interesting. It's going to be an ugly football game, I think. There's always something stupid in these games. Like KU's had 2 fourth quarter leads the last 2 years and found a way to turn the ball over in bad times. or not be able to get him off the field or something of that nature. So it's going to be weird. It's probably going to be ugly. And it's going to leave some kind of taste in somebody's mouth that they'll remember for a while.
I think it'll be close. I do agree. Weird. It feels weird. I've thought that for a little while. Like there's going to be a weird component to this that impacts the game, maybe even decides the game. It's just so hard because you know that K-State would like to run the ball. You just don't know if they can run the ball. You know that KU would like to throw the ball. Do they have enough juice to get it thrown? And now in these rainy conditions, how does that impact things? It's like, and I say that like both teams want to run the ball. Like we know what they'd like to do. I'm just not sure either team's going to be able to. K-State certainly has to try, and they have to commit to it because KU's been really bad against the run all year. So you have to commit to it if you're K-State. Just do it. Does that mean more to Avery Johnson? We don't expect Dylan Edwards to play. Maybe. I just like rainy conditions. I think it could be lower scoring than we originally anticipated. And it's like who has the turnover late that swings the game, because both of these teams have been, they've fallen victim to that. Each of them has, in a way. Cincinnati, KU should have made the big turnover to win that game. And then K-State, you had the interception against Baylor. Like, so there's not really anything there you can hang your hat on. We just have to watch it. And chaos and craziness, it feels like it's going to ensue here.
This is going to be the train wreck you can't take your eyes off of. It's going to it's just going to be weird. Like that's the best way that we can put this thing. It's been like, think about the last 2 years since I've covered or been a part of coverage of 3 Sunflower Showdowns now. And the first one was like a snowy kind of freezing game. And K-State won that one kind of handily. And then that was like Jalen Daniels' return after he's been injured for 6 weeks or whatever. He came back for that game. Then the next year was in the booth. They had a lead in the fourth quarter. And I remember I went and set up to go live outside the stadium, and I looked inside and I saw Will Howard run for 20 yards and waltz into the end zone for a game-winning touchdown, basically. And then you think about what happened last year, that KU, I bet the win percentage was probably up to 90% in that game. And then it was like a strip sack and a 55-yard field goal from K-State. Like it's always something with these two, it feels like, in the past couple of years. And so I have no idea. And this is the one that KU has to win, I feel like, because like they're going to lose so much after this year too and have to restart again. And it's the new stadium, and you can get it done in the first time in the new stadium, and like all the stuff's riding on it. It has to be this time.
It feels that way, but at the same time, knowing what's happened with K-State's season, I think they've got that same sort of urgency on this one. Like, no matter what happens, if they can still hold the streak, but if their season goes south and they don't hold the streak, that adds a lot to the badness of the season for K-State. So, if K-State was rolling through this like we thought they'd be this year, and they didn't have any losses, or maybe they have one loss and they got beat by KU, that's not the thing necessarily that you're remembering about this season, right? You're still focused on the playoff. You're still focused on all that stuff. Now, 3 losses, like you're pretty focused on this one. And I don't know that it will be as glossed over as it might have been. Yep. And the implications of losing this for K-State are pretty big here.
Yeah, there's I listened to Kleiman's press conference from Monday last night, scrubbed through it, and there was one soundbite that I used about that he has to stop himself from like putting this on the table back in July and all season long, saying like if you want to win that game, like we got to go. Like if you want to win the Sunflower Showdown, and he's like, I had to stop doing that because it made every other game that we played feel worthless. And so like we had to stop, but that's how big of a deal it
is. And it's gotten bigger. It's bigger now, even than we thought it would be, because their season has not been a success. And that's what I mean. Like everyone's like, oh, this has to be the year for KU. And I'm like, guys, like I can promise you inside those K-State offices, this also has to be the year for K-State. Like if they lose this one, it will be exponentially worse for them. than
It's
it would
the
normally
argument.
be.
It's the argument that they've made in basketball, or it's the thing that we've seen in basketball for years. It doesn't matter how bad K-State is going to be that year, they will get up and find a way to beat KU. Like that's just kind of what's happened in the past few years for the K-State basketball program. And I agree. I mean, that's just something to hang your hat on, you know. And if you don't have that, and like imagine a world where they've got 4 left after this game. I mean, if they sputter through those and lose 3 of those games and then lose to KU 2,
that's what I'm talking about. Like,
it's a different story than if you lose those 3 and beat
it's
KU.
Potentially program altering a loss here, because right now they've got a little bit of momentum, right? They've played much better. They should have beat Baylor. Like, all those things exist. The back door cracked open. You can see a sliver of light shining through in the Big 12 now with Tech losing a game. And you're sitting there, you're like, okay, we're starting to play better. We still don't have Dylan Edwards, but we've been a better team. Like, all these things, that all crashes down. And then what are the longer term implications of things crashing down this year? Yeah. What does the future look like for Avery Johnson? What does the future look like for Dylan Edwards? What does the future look like for literally everybody? I think that's a pretty real, existence here if they aren't able to come out and do what they need to do. And they're underdogs in this game, by the way.
Yep.
If KU were to lose this game, the streak continues.
Exactly.
I think there's far more on the line here for K-State, and everybody keeps saying this has to be the year for KU. But I think the pressure is all on K-State.
They're different pressures, I feel like. I agree with you. I think that, like, it has to be the year for KU, and the fact of, like, if they can't get it done this year, like, I don't know, it might be like a 30-game streak.
No,
like,
I don't believe that at all. They're a much better program than they have in most of
I
these.
agree, but, KU fans on Twitter are pretty radical about the things they're saying, is what I'm saying. But on the same thing, like, K-State fans, not to throw dirt on them, because as I just said, KU does the same exact thing, is like, if K-State loses this game, like, people are still tweeting out pictures of Ron Prince talking about how he ruined their child. It's people will find a way to blame whoever they want in this game. And it's like, yeah, like, oh, it's a big deal if you lose this game. Like, that's the best way to put it. Like,
I think it's a bigger deal for K-State to lose it. I do. KU, the days of like, are we ever going to get one for KU?
We'll play this game. What's a bigger deal, a KU win or a K-State loss?
K-State. It depends on which fan base you ask.
If
you're asking like neutrally,
yes, you're neutral. What will have the biggest impact?
What is the bigger story potentially long term? A K-State loss, because this season we expected them to potentially make the playoff.
Yeah, it's true.
And if there hasn't been a rock bottom yet, this would be a rock bottom. KU, it's just another year. But the thing for KU, and this is a tip of the cap to the program, KU fans. The program is in great shape right now with Leipold. Like, they're going to get one. It's not the same as it used to be, where they're getting just blown out in every game they play. That's not the case at all. You just have to take it individually. All right, we'll come back. We'll pick it when we return on the other side in the next hour. It's All Brockton Cleveland on a Friday. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
And we're ready for another hour of Sports Daily here. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland with you on this Friday. TGIF, rainy Friday. I hope the storms didn't wake you up last night, all night, like they did us. I suspect that they did. So they're pretty noisy. We've got picks coming up this hour. We're excited about it. 3 college games, 3 pro games. We'll give you our thoughts. We will also get you ready for a high school football Friday, a Catch It Kansas Friday. This is the regular season finale. Yes, TJ?
It is. Playoffs start next week.
That's crazy. Not that the season's ending soon. Here in Kansas, we play what feels like 92 playoff games. It's a big bracket. So still plenty of football to be played, but this is the regular season finale. We'll get you all caught up and ready to go for that. It's all coming to you and brought to you this hour by Wichita Brewing Company, featuring Oktoberfest, the deeply copper-colored German-style lager that'll make you click your heels, grab your stein, and follow the copper brick road to the land of Oktoberfest. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. We are getting you ready for all of it. And TJ, it is a football weekend that does not include the Chiefs, but we get some Chiefs news yesterday in Josh Simmons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Andy Reid talked yesterday. The most information that we've gotten about the Josh Simmons situation thus far, and it still, wasn't very much information. But Andy Reid said that he is in communication with the team, and it's positive. It's not a negative situation. So it's okay. It sounds like it's going.
Read the room.
Better.
That felt better. Yes. Andy Reid's not going to give us much, but Andy Reid, for the first time, didn't seem irritated.
Yeah.
And he brought it up too.
Uh-huh.
So two different things happen. Andy Reid is very robotic in his media briefings. He will go through the same process each and every time. Yesterday's, he'll go through his injuries for the day. He'll give you the updates he's willing to give you. And then on a day like yesterday, he'll immediately say that, the coaches in Washington do a great job. They've got some great players. It'll be a real challenge, and they look forward to the challenge of playing them. With that, the time's yours. Every time, without fail. So understand that. And he wasn't bringing Josh Simmons up in that opening portion that, again, is robotic and literally the same thing every time he has a press conference. That's why time's yours is famous, as a famous thing among the media with him. Mm-hmm. So he hasn't been bringing Simmons up at all. And then he's been a little irritable when people bring it up to him, as he does when he gets asked about things he doesn't want to talk about, which, sometimes if it's not like the X's and O's of football, he doesn't want to talk about it. This time, in that opening salvo, he brought it up, and he said that things have been positive, and he said that the communication's there, and it's been positive, and it's not negative, and that he's taking care of his family. And so that tells me that if there was some uncertainty or, cloudiness to all this before, I don't think it's there now. I think now it's like, okay, everything's back on the right track. We still don't know like a timetable. We don't know. What he didn't really get into yesterday was he going to play on Sunday? He didn't really address that part at all. But he's still not with the team now, or on Monday, I should say. But he's still not with the team now. And so you just got to kind of be prepared, or at least I'm preparing myself for a last minute. Oh, he's back with the team and he's going to play. I think that's where we are with this now.
I could see it. It's just such an interesting, I don't know. The biggest thing that I saw brought up, it was good to hear that it's a positive situation, because like I've been saying, we literally know nothing about the situation. We had no idea.
Which is so bizarre.
We could have speculated a million different things of what it is, but you'd imagine that it's something that was bad enough to be away from the team for 2 weeks. Something had to have happened. And so to hear that it was positive, the immediate reaction from the fan base on social media was the fact of okay, why didn't we say this 2 weeks ago? Why have we all been in a frenzy of what had happened to him, and now it's positive? Why didn't we just say it was positive 2 weeks ago? And so it's weird. Something has changed, I imagine, in the situation. I imagine something was negative, and it's probably turning positive if I had to take a stab at what was really meant by that statement from Andy Reid. But again, we have no idea. But you're right. He did leave it open. I keep saying, he didn't practice on Thursday, but it's a Monday night game. They're going to get an extra day of this thing. There's a chance he could be back by Saturday, practice on Saturday, and go on Monday. So,
well, look, you think there was something negative. I don't know that I think it was necessarily something negative on Simmons' side. I think the situation was bad, but I think it was just unknown. I think there was a level of uncertainty for whatever reason, whatever it was. I got the sense that Andy Reid didn't know, and that's why he was getting annoyed. He didn't know, and so he's like, Brett Veach is dealing with it. I have no idea. Leave it alone. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I don't know anything. That's not the strange part. The strange part is that nothing ever has really come out about it. That means the players have stayed quiet. That means the coaches have stayed quiet. That means childhood friends and relatives have stayed quiet. We have no idea what's even happening. That never happens anymore. Like that's for this long of a time. Like that's really strange. So
it is.
All I remember is that, from what the players were saying in the immediate aftermath, it seemed like something tragic. And I hate that. And you wish for the best. And you just kind of sit back now and then think about the football of like, okay, well, when's he going to come back? And I think that was the cloudiness. And so now it's just like unless you look at this stuff every week like we do, like I don't know how else to describe that. It felt very different yesterday in the way it was approached than it had been. And that almost has to be a good sign for his future with the Chiefs in the short term, probably.
I agree. For Andy Reid to feel comfortable enough saying that, because as we've said, like it's been very apparent. Like Andy Reid will just say, "I don't have an update," and that's all that he'll say on the situation. And like to have an update is a good thing.
Yeah, everyone pictures Andy Reid as this big, jolly, friendly, lovable, and he is in a lot of ways. But when he's asked about things he doesn't want to talk about, he's very irritable. And so that's been basically what's been happening with it. And that's fine. Like, who cares? Lots of coaches are. But you're just trying to read the room. Like you're trying to read what's happening. And so now to have that change is and we're guessing at this. It makes me guess that we're getting closer to resolution and he'll probably be back with the team sooner than later. They've been okay without him. And the updates on Smith, we didn't even really get an update on Taylor, which makes me think Taylor's just fine.
Yeah.
Smith is sore, like Smith's back hurts. And so honestly, I would be okay if he didn't play this week. The problem with the back is it doesn't really ever get better. We saw this with Jalen Daniels at KU. Like if you've got a bad back, like you just kind of have to deal with it.
You can't block people with a bad back. That's for sure.
Well, he did in the game against Oakland, but I mean against Vegas. But like it's just Caliendo is pretty good, and I don't think I would like put Smith in street clothes necessarily, but I'll bet you we see a lot of Caliendo on Monday night.
Yeah,
and if the Chiefs can handle things with him. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm just fine with Trey Smith not playing.
Yeah, that's definitely a story to follow. Obviously, we've talked about what that was going to be. That was the one of three guys that didn't practice yesterday. It was Simmons. Kareem Hunt has a bone bruise on his knee, and Trey Smith had some back issues going on, lower back spasms, is what Andy Reid said. So
yeah, to be expected after we saw him leave the game. Has there ever been a player more likely to play through an injury than Kareem Hunt? And that's not like to speak to like his pain tolerance, but if Kareem Hunt's not playing for the Chiefs, he's not playing anywhere. Like this is it for him. He knows I've got to be out there. Like there is no alternative for me, I don't think, in the NFL. And he's so valuable to them and not to anybody else.
It's such a cool. His story is so freaking like it's so cool that he's back and like all the stuff that's happened because of that.
If the circumstances are correct, because what he did was just
I agree.
And if he's really turned his life around, I'm all for it. I love the second chances. Then my favorite episode of that documentary was Andy Reid's Don't Judge. Like I love that stuff. I love the Michael Vick story. Like if people truly are able to like redirect their lives because of some really bad decision that they've made, I can't get enough of that stuff. So I'm with you in that sense. And it feels like that's probably happened by what we're seeing. And his teammates have re-embraced him and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just the fact of like how Andy Reid treats him and how much he like understands how big of a deal it is that he's back and like all that stuff. Like it's so cool of him just like, I don't care. Like put me in there, I'll get you 3 yards. Like I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Got a broken
I'm not gonna be.
We'll run one-legged. Like, doesn't matter. Like, get me in there. Hey, it's Friday, which means it's a Friday fit. 35 by 70 Golf Co. has all your needs. It's a rainy day, bad hair day, right? No problem, because they've got great hats, great shirts, great polos, great cold weather stuff. You can go to 35 by 70 Golf Co. It is a local company, local people, really good people. We've talked to him a bunch, like out at the Wichita Open and things. So go check it out, 35x70 Golf Co. Check out all the great gear. You can get 10% off. Use the promo code Jacob if you would like. But show them some support. Love the local businesses, love the local companies, and we appreciate them being a part of Sports Daily. When we return, we're going to make some football picks. 6 games, 3 college, 3 pro. Here we go. That's next on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be with you. You've got K-State basketball tonight on the air here on KFH, an exhibition matchup at Missouri. Tune in 97.5, 1240 KFH at 8 for Wildcat basketball, or listen online at kfhradio.com. Download the free Odyssey app and search for KFH. It is time to talk a little football. We've got college and pro games to pick. Tommy's filling out some expense reports or something. So he won't be able to be with us today. But we have Paul. We have Brandon. I have Tommy's picks. We have the receipts. Last week, it was Tommy and Paul going 4-2. TJ and myself went 3-3. Brandon goes 2-4. So that's the weekly results. I maintained the lead overall by 4 games over Tommy and Paul. And that's where things stand. Yes, Paul.
Shrinking big, boy. I'll tell right now.
You sneaking up on me, made up a game.
Yeah, you're probably looking over your shoulder as we speak.
Travis makes a game up, and now he's got his chest all puffy, and he's ready to rock and roll. Max, let's hit it. Let's get into these picks.
Hey, sports bettors, ready for some picks destined to fail? It's time to hear what the Sports Daily staff thinks of the weekend games.
All right, we've got 3 pro, 3 college, and we start with the early one in college. We start with the Sunflower Showdown. Not much sunshine, it sounds like, now in the Sunflower Showdown. Paul, you were one of the winners of the week last week. You are up first. Big fella, what do you think?
I should be starting this segment every week, as a matter of fact.
By the way, the line on this is now 3.5. So it moved a half a point towards KU, which is where we'll pick it. These lines are from this morning. So we've got it at KU favored by 3.5.
Well, you know something? It would be a lot easier for me to pick this particular game if I knew which K-State was going to show up. But I really don't know which K-State will show up for this particular game. You'll think it would be the good one because you always want to play well when you play University of Kansas. And you want to play well when you have to go on the road and you want to go to KU to play. So with that being said, KU still has a lot of weapons. They're still a talented football team. Defense is pretty decent. I'm going to go with KU. I'm taking KU, and I'll just go ahead and give 3.5.
Paul is going to take the streak snapping. I will tell you that Tommy, because he was there in 4-2 last week also, is taking K-State plus 3.5. That takes us to TJ.
I have no stinking idea. I keep going back and forth. 3.5 is terrifying. I feel like we're all going to get hooked on this line, but I'm going to pick KU. It feels like this is the year. New booth, all the vibes going their way. I'm taking KU. I think they can finally get it done.
We talked about it in the last hour. I'm next. I feel like this game, the implications of a loss are much larger for K-State. And they're getting 3.5 points. I know KU fans feel like that streak ending is the biggest deal. I think K-State losing this and finding a new rock bottom is a bigger deal. The Cats have got to win this game, or this season is just going to be one of the more forgettable seasons in a generation. I think K-State shows up. I think they've got to establish the run even without Dylan Edwards, but it's a big Avery Johnson game. It's tight. It's close. It's awesome. I'm going to take the 3.5 points, and I'm going to take K-State. Brandon?
Well, they say streaks are made to be broken, but this streak will have to wait yet another year to be broken. KU cannot run the ball. The weather is going to be nasty for this one. I don't know if we're going to be seeing many field goals, so we'll see about that hook that TJ mentioned. I think this is K-State's Super Bowl. As sorry as that might sound if we would have talked about that preseason, but K-State will go on the road and extend the streak to, I believe, 17.
Yeah, it's 17. And don't forget, like Tech's loss last week does, again, the back door, the back porch, there's a door, and there's just like a little bit of, just a tiny little sliver of light to K-State kind of controlling its own destiny. Just an eensy-weensy bit here. If you're the coaching staff, you've talked about that. You have. All right, let's go to BYU and Iowa State, another big one in the Big 12. BYU, listen, we can keep talking about how they haven't played anybody, I suppose. They got Utah at home, and they got it done there, but they go on the road this week to Iowa State. Iowa State is a 2.5-point favorite. Tommy is taking the Cyclones. TJ, where you at with this one?
We've been talking about BYU the same way for the last 2 years they're undefeated, but I don't know. I think that they're freaking awesome. Kalani Sitake is one of the best coaches in the Big 12, and they find ways to win games. I think they can go on the road and get this one done at Iowa State.
All right. That takes it to me. I have also, I've gone back and forth with this one too. Iowa State also got a door cracked open. Everybody that's 2-2 got a door cracked open last weekend with Texas Tech losing, because either you control your own destiny or you don't believe that both BYU and Cincinnati are going to run this thing all the way through. So Iowa State has a ton to play for. It's a wild environment up there. It always is. I'm actually going to take the Cyclones, and that's not a knock on BYU. That's a tip of the cap to the Cyclones. I'll take Iowa State. Brandon?
I know it's going to come at some point in this segment from Paul that this is the easiest game we're going to pick. This is not the easiest game we're going to pick, but I just like this BYU team too much. Running the ball, but defense, it's going to travel into, is it Iowa City, Ames, whichever one it is, Ames, Iowa. That's right. And the Cougars are going to get it done.
Our Iowa listeners are deeply offended right now. Paul, what do you think with this one?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is not that easy of a game. The next game is going to be the easiest game of the week to pick.
I knew it.
That's the easy one. That's the easiest one. Listen, I'll be truthful. I've slept on BYU far too long. I'm going to give these guys some credit. How do I give them credit in Wichita, Kansas? By picking them. That's how you give them credit. I'm taking BYU. This is still a fairly easy game. That's because we've been overlooking BYU for so long. We don't give them enough credit. BYU. Go, Mormons.
Everybody outside of BYU in the Big 12 right now really rooting hard for Iowa State this weekend. So there you go. We'll go to Ole Miss and OU. OU is a 5.5-point favorite. Ole Miss coming off a disappointing loss. I'm glad I'm not first here. I will say that. TJ, you are. Where are you at with this one?
I watched Ole Miss against Georgia last week. We made jokes about me picking a D2 quarterback and not getting the cover by I think it was the hook is what it ended up being. But Ole Miss was controlling that game until the very end of that one. I think Ole Miss is pretty legit. OU has a lot of questions about John Mateer's thumb. I've been following all that stuff. I don't know where that's at anymore. It's a tough place to play in Norman, but I don't think that they're all the way back in Norman. I think that Ole Miss can go in there and at least cover 5.5.
5.5 is the line. I don't know if they're all the way back either, but I think they're enough back to cover the 5.5. I'll take the Sooners. I'll bet on Venable's ability to come up with a big-time defensive game plan and do enough to win that game by a touchdown. So I'll take the Sooners there. Brandon?
We got through two of you guys and did not get a Catch It Kansas shout-out to Jaron Kanek. I don't know what the show has become.
Can he play quarterback still? Should we send Venables the tape of his playoff games trucking people?
He can do just about anything. John Mateer looked pretty dang good last week, and I'm going to ride the Sooners.
All right. Paul?
Well, this is pretty easy because I know there's conversation at Ole Miss. You know, they look decent, they look good, but they still lost. And I'll tell you what, if you saw the line of scrimmage, I thought that Georgia was more physical. And this is going to be, I look at this game, and my one question is, which team will be more physical on the line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball? This is that one game I say OU will be more physical. I'm taking OU. I think this is a fairly easy one, guys. Although the 5.5 points does worry me a little bit.
Line. It's a big line. Yeah. Tommy's taking OU as well. So TJ, you can have an Ole Miss Island.
Let's go.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the. Me too. What do they drink on that island?
Chambliss.
Yeah.
Trinidad Chambliss.
There you go.
Taking me home.
All right. Let's go to the NFL. In the first game we'll pick, it involves the AFC West and the team that, as I pick first, I just can't fully endorse in the Broncos as a 3.5-point favorite. Cowboys are coming into Denver. Man, guys, I just like Denver. What one of two things happened, like that either ignites Denver, that comeback last week, or it was all smoke and mirrors, and they almost got their tails kicked by the Giants. So we'll find out because Dallas's offense is legit. Dallas's defense is not very good, but their offense is very good. They've got CeeDee Lamb back. I'm going to take the Cowboys. I'm going to take the 3.5 points. I feel pretty good. It's one of my favorite bets, actual bets of the week. And I don't say that very often with the Cowboys. As a Cowboys fan, I know how foolish that can be. But I think that Dallas is a much better offensive team than Denver. And Denver's going to be able to score anyway because the Cowboys can't play a lick of defense. They switched up their scheme defensively last week, and it helped just a little bit. And that'll be enough to cover 3.5 points. Give me the Cowboys. Paul?
Well, I'm sort of along with you. It seems like there are enough distractions going on with the Broncos. You know, I'm a big guy who believes that distractions can hurt football teams. And for that reason alone, and the Cowboys offense, the Cowboys can put some numbers up. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cowboys. And this may get a little high scoring, but that's okay. They still cover 3.5.
Brandon, can the Cowboys handle a track meet against Bo Nix?
Did we just say distractions are going to hurt a team involving the Dallas Cowboys, and those distractions are not coming from Dallas?
What is the Sean Payton?
Yeah, boy, what? Yeah, that's just, who wants to hear that stuff?
Who's he fighting with? Russell Wilson? Something
yeah,
like
Russell
that?
Wilson.
On social media.
Yeah, nobody wants that kind.
Yeah, this is what the NFL has become. Yeah, I'm a big Dak believer. I mean, if he can get this team to the playoffs, he's going to be there in the MVP hunt. He's playing as well as anybody at the quarterback position. I'm going to ride the Cowboys on the road this week.
Tommy is taking the Cowboys plus 3.5. Boy, I did not see this coming. TJ, you got a chance for an island with the Broncos.
Let me have it. I was going to pick them anyways. They scored 33 points in a quarter last week. They could just do that, and then they'd score over 100 this week, and they'd be great.
DJ, I want to add
100 would be 132 points if they average that for all four.
Need to ask TJ a question. How the islands work for you last week, big boy? You had 3 islands. You lost 2 of them.
I won 1 of them.
Well,
at some point, I'll believe in Denver, maybe. But I just can't do it. I just can't get behind them being this great team. I don't know what it is. They've got a good defense. They might have the best defensive player in football. They've got some studs on offense. I'm not buying it. I don't know what it is.
I don't blame you.
Shame on me, probably. All right, Paul, you lead us off with this one. It is a revenge game, I think. Aaron Rodgers is at home with Pittsburgh, getting 3 points against the Packers.
Aaron Rodgers plus 3 points. I kind of like that. I'm taking the Steelers.
All right. 3 points for Paul. Brandon?
It didn't matter last week against the Bengals. Ain't going to matter this week against the Packers. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdowns. The Packers roll.
That takes us to Tommy, who is taking the Packers -3. No surprise there. He put the Packers in the Super Bowl before the season. Packers have not been very good on the road, and they haven't been that impressive to me this year. They feel like they're constantly underachieving. Rodgers feels like a chip on the shoulder kind of guy. They are at home getting 3 points. That is the part that surprises me a little bit. 3 good points. Like, I don't know. Pittsburgh, it's been strange to see them not play better defensively this year. If they had the normal Pittsburgh defense with the way Rodgers has been managing things so well, this would be a legit contender. I don't know if they eventually figure it out defensively, but I'm not laying 3 on the road with the Packers. I'm going to take old man Rodgers and his chance to stick it to the Packers. And he feels like, I said it to Glasser yesterday, he feels like a stick it kind of quarterback. Feels like he's going to have a big game. Give me the Steelers. Give me the points. TJ?
I'm taking the Packers. I think they're too good to lose to the old man Rodgers and those Steelers. I think that they've shown their flashes. They've also shown their woes. I think they're going to show flashes this week.
All right. We've got about 3.5 minutes or so to get through the Chiefs and the Commanders. Normally that we'd spend 1 million minutes on the Chiefs. I don't know that we need to this week. TJ, you're, I believe, back up first here on this one. Chiefs laying 12.5 is where we got the number.
12.5. Last week I said that the Raiders line was too big at 11.5, and it needed to be tripled to be right. So I'm not going to, as PJ Glasser eloquently put it yesterday, I'm not stepping in front of that train again. I'm taking the Chiefs. They're covering 12.5. It's going to be a blowout on Monday Night Football.
Tommy is taking the Commanders plus 12.5. So there will be no island here. Paul?
Well, listen, last week I was worried about that number too, and then take a look at what the number really was, and it was just downright amazing. Why not again? Listen, there are some injury problems. There's some things going on with the Commanders. This is not, quite frankly, this is not the Commanders team I thought where they would be at this point, even a year ago. And so with that being said, I'm taking the Chiefs. This might be the easy 12. I'm about to say this with 12.5-point spread. This might be the easiest pro pick that we're making today with a 12.5-point spread.
Pro pick.
Way to back out of the corner there.
Brandon Mariota has started and played 2 full games, and I'll be honest, he's been pretty good in both games. He's running the ball a little bit as a quarterback. He's been efficient as a passer. They are getting their weapons back, we think. They're going to at least get Debo back, maybe Debo and McLaurin. Is that enough to keep it close against the Chiefs?
This Washington defense might be the worst defense in the entire National Football League. And that's saying something because they're in the same division as the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think this game is particularly close at all. Give me the Chiefs big at home.
The Chiefs over to me felt like such an easy pick last week, and the Raiders just fell all over themselves. I'm with you. This is such a bad defense. I love their coach, who's one of the better defensive coaches in football, which makes it a little interesting that they've been as bad as they have been. But they've been as bad as they have been for a reason, and I don't think anybody is going to stop Kansas City. So if you're going to beat Kansas City, you'd better be able to score. And I'm not going to give the benefit of the doubt to Marcus Mariota. So I just like the Chiefs defense until they prove me right in that they weren't going to be as good. They've been as good. So I'm not going to get in the way of that. I'll lay the 12.5. And we'll see what happens Monday night. Weird things happen for Kansas City. It could again, but the Chiefs should be okay in this one. But Marcus Mariota is not a nothing burger, guys. Like as we finish up the picks, like he's played pretty well. He's had to start 2 games already this year, and he looked pretty good in both of those games. If he gets Debo back, if he gets McLaurin back, old Bill is running the ball pretty well. Like that offense can move the ball a little bit.
They might only lose by 13 points.
Oh,
they only lose by 11, and they cover the number.
Maybe Washington will shop Marcus Mariota and he can start for the Vikings next week. That'd be great.
The bitter Vikings fan. If one-armed Carson Wentz isn't a better option, I think it's probably time to be a little concerned in Minnesota.
It's Max Brosmer season. Sky Yuma.
It's Anthony Edwards season. We got the Wolves big game at the Lakers tonight. I think it's on Amazon Prime. I don't even know what channel these games are on anymore in the NBA, but we'll.
Can Justin Jefferson play quarterback? Is TJ Hawkinson still alive?
He sucks.
Yeah. The bitter Vikings fan. All right, we're coming right back. We'll talk high school football when we return on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination, They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea.
With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Busy. This is Sports Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome in, everybody. Welcome back in, I should say. It is Sports Daily. This high school football coverage on Sports Daily brought to you by Zintex Remodeling Group. Remodel your bathroom in as little as one day with Zintex Remodeling Group, ZINTEX.com. Week 8 of the high school football season means the regular season finales are coming in. And then we get the postseason, which is an opportunity for everybody to play extra games as we whittle it down on into state weekend, right around the time we're carving up the turkeys for Thanksgiving. Paul, I want to start with you this week because you guys are going to Dodge. Is that right?
That is correct. Leave at 1:30 today. That is correct.
Got some snacks packed up for the long road trip? You
Boy,
gonna be on
I'll
the
tell you,
bus?
2.5 hours. Get to drive by the cattle plants too. How about that?
That's right. Smell of money.
Well, I've never heard it put like that, but well, I guess it could be though. Yeah, but we're going out to Dodge City. It's going to be an interesting game. Last game of the season. The word is, and I don't know how, people make these predictions all the time, and I don't know how they work, and I don't follow them in high school that closely because, you're going to know soon enough who goes where. Wichita East wins. They play Dodge City a second game in a row in Wichita. Wichita East loses. East goes back out to Dodge City for the first round of playoff, which, golly, I don't want to go twice. You know what I mean?
There you go. That's
well,
your
you'll go
motivation.
twice because you'll go down and back.
Well, that's right. But anyway, that's the word. It's going to be an interesting game. Both teams, I would say, are a bit of a disappointment record-wise. But it's a good team. You watch Dodge City on film. It's a good team. It's going to be quite a challenge. You guys need me to phone anybody a score when we're done out there?
Yeah, you can text it to TJ. I always appreciate it.
Paul, I'm going to send you a live unit. I'm going to need a live report from Memorial Stadium out there in Dodge after the game.
There you go. That's exactly what we need. It's going to be fun, though. I'm kind of looking forward to, going out with the kids. It's always a big adventure for them. So there you go.
All right, TJ, what else are we looking at here in my neck of the woods, in my part of town? Andover Central jumps out to people. Who's who would you call the favorite in that game?
Yeah, that one, you don't really know. This is the one that, Andover Central has been such a football power, and Andover's had its struggles the past few years. They had a couple seasons with the wins coming sparingly. Last year, I think they got above 500 or right there at it. This year, they're kind of rolling a little bit. So this is the best year that we've seen for Andover in a few years. And Andover Central lost a lot of talent from that state championship team a year ago. But again, they won a state championship. They've got a lot of pieces that have shown up this year as they start to learn who this team has been. So, this is, if you're making high school football spreads, we'll say that it's pretty close to a pick 'em, I imagine. I think it's at Andover Central. So it's going to be a tough spot for Andover to go on the road, but they just knocked off an undefeated Salina Central team last Thursday. So they've proven they're pretty legit. Other than that, Bishop Carroll Derby tonight, City League versus AVCTL should be a fun one. A big spot for Carroll to prove how legit they want to be this year, going down to Panther Stadium. And then we got a whole bunch more after that. Heston Andale sticks out from Class 3A. Should be a bunch of fun before the playoffs get underway there, because that's a matchup that we'll probably see in the playoffs in a couple of weeks.
What do we have anything, TJ, as far as like implications? It's hard because everybody gets in, but are there big implications riding anywhere in any of these games? About?
Oh, it's an interesting question. I haven't really dug into the numbers quite yet. I know in Class 4, 5, 6 that everybody gets in. It's just a matter of where they play, whether you're East and Dodge City, looking at where you're going to have to make a drive to, and all, as Paul was talking about. So in the smaller schools, I'm not quite sure because not everybody makes it in those. So to be honest, whenever you get down to the 3 and under, the district stuff kind of goes over my head at that point.
I hear
what seeding.
I struggled with that stuff all the time too.
Yeah.
And we'll get the brackets, and those brackets will be out and all that kind of stuff. But Paul, it doesn't, once you get through this week, it doesn't really matter, does it? Like everyone's goal is the same. You're all trying to win a state championship.
That's
so
right.
The path to get there.
Yeah. And everybody hopes that you get hot. You hope you practice well for a week. And it's so easy to become, to take a look at your team, and there's all kinds of things going on around you, and you've got to concentrate and make every rep count at practice. It's very hard at this time of the year. It's getting darker. Let's not forget, anybody that's ever coached understands that once you go into daylight savings time, it becomes difficult to practice. You'll cut down on practice because most people don't have lights. A lot of people don't have lights, or a lot of people aren't allowed to use their lights because it's an expensive proposition. And darkness becomes an issue. Times becomes an issue. And it's an interesting time of the year, but the playoffs are really something. And those teams that have success in the playoffs, I know this is going to sound like a generalization, but they're the teams that are preparing the best for that week of practice prior to their first or second round, third round, whatever it is. Those are the teams that will play the best, those that prepare the best. And sometimes it's hard to get these kids to concentrate and prepare like it's important. And but that's the nature of the playoffs. You play one game, you lose, and you're done. You're checking in your shoulder pads, your helmet. For seniors, many seniors. They'll never put the pads on again the rest of their lives. So it's a big deal to me, and it's a big deal to a lot of football players who want to continue their career at least another week.
Well, we'll get it all caught up. You'll have the high school football scoreboard show. It'll be tomorrow morning at 8. Remember, we've got K-State basketball tonight here, but Catch Kansas always has you covered on this stuff. TJ, what can folks expect on the Catch Kansas front today?
Yeah, I'll list off some of my other favorites of the day here. A lot of, speaking of implications, a lot of small school matchups are going to be really, really awesome. Inman versus Mound Ridge is a battle of two teams that are 6-1, I believe. We've got our guy Mike Corson going out to Sterling. Hutch Trinity Sterling is an undefeated Sterling, one-loss Hutch Trinity. They're both unbeaten in district play. I said Heston Andale should be fun, as it always is, in Class 3A. Other than that, we got Eisenhower Northwest, a lot of talent that'll play at the next level. Will be featured in that game. Capon versus Heights and Bueller versus McPherson, the rivalry there up north of us. Is that Harvey County? I think is that Harvey County?
Yeah,
no, it's McPherson County.
I think they both fall
McPherson
in
County.
Harvey.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
anyways,
right.
Yeah. Should be a bunch of
One
fun.
of my favorite memories.
Yeah, well, should be a bunch of fun. We'll get the coverage going about 4:30. We'll have Rachel live out at Andover Central. That game got moved up to 6 o'clock, as did Bishop Carroll Derby. So going to get the coverage underway a little bit sooner than usual. Games will get done sooner. We'll take away from the TV stress later tonight. Jacob, you know about that. So looking forward to a good Catch at Kansas Friday. And then tonight's going to be the cramming of trying to build out some graphics to try to figure out what playoffs will look like as best as we can.
Yeah, that's you'll get a little extra time. Those early games might actually be pretty helpful for you guys. So watch KWCH, KSCW all night for Catch Kansas coverage. Of course, catchatkansas.com. All right, while we still have a few minutes here, fellas, the World Series also starts tonight, kind of sneaking up. I don't love the fact that it starts on a Friday night, to be perfectly honest with you. Should have started last night, in my opinion, but that's okay. They'll have the stage to themselves in some ways. But it's Blake Snell and Yesevich for Toronto, who's been okay in the postseason. Snell's been electric in the postseason. What do we do? Let's predict the World Series. We haven't done this. I'm going to take Blue Jays in 7, just for no reason other than I really want the Blue Jays to beat the Dodgers. So I'm going to say Blue Jays in 7. I do think we'll get Shohei being a superstar. I do think we'll get Vlad Jr. being a superstar. Two great organizations, great fan bases. I hope that these games are close and this is good. It does feel like the Blue Jays are big underdogs here, though. Savage, who are you picking in the World Series?
Well, I'm going to take the Dodgers, and it's not really a baseball reason, but tariffs are going up on Canada. And whenever you see tariffs going up, you know that it's going to affect Shohei Ohtani. And I'm going to take the Dodgers basically because of tariffs.
So tariffs on Canada are going up. Shohei Ohtani, who's not Canadian, will feel the effects.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Tariffs. TJ?
We didn't bring this up yesterday. The best joke of all the betting jokes coming out was the fact the World Series was starting in a day, and it said, "Wow, convenient time for the Dodgers to leave the country, head up to Canada for the World Series." Wow. I don't know. It's going to be the Dodgers. I hope it can last 5 or 6 games. I would love if you're right, Jacob, but it's Blue Jays in 7, but I don't think that they've got the firepower. I think this is going to be a Dodgers roll spot, and they're big underdogs. That's for a reason. I think the Dodgers are going to do it again.
Yeah, they're not as big of underdogs as I feel like they should be. They're not huge underdogs tonight, plus 130 at home. It's just the problem is like the Dodgers, man, they just line up and they never let up in the lineup, in the rotation. But let's not pretend like the Blue Jays don't have a bunch of great players. The Blue Jays won 98 games this year. Sorry, they won more games, I should say, in the regular season than the Dodgers did. And they're good, man. Like they're good. They're hosting for a reason. They've got stars and all-stars in their lineup. They've got guys like George Springer who've been there before. It's baseball. It's baseball. You never know what's going to happen. It feels like the depth favors the Dodgers greatly, and Shohei's a freak. I mean, he is a freak of nature.
He gets 2 wins. What if Ohtani gets 2 wins? 2 wins. This series is over.
I don't think he'll have the chance. Let me check the
I
probable
was gonna
pitcher
say,
matchups.
if he has 2 wins, that means he might be going to Game 7.
I don't think they've announced it, so he's obviously not pitching tonight. He's had enough rest where he could go in Game 2, but if they're going Snell, surely they're going to go Yamamoto in Game 2. I don't know if he'll start. Maybe they hold it where he could start a Game 7, so then he could maybe be the Game 3 starter, but he usually gets extra rest anyway in his starts. I'm not sure if he'll have the chance to throw 2 games. Maybe they go Game 2 just to leave the possibility open. I don't know.
Yeah. It is the
But
World
I'd be more
Series,
worried.
though,
I'd be
after
more
all.
worried about his bat than I would be of him starting games. He is just. He went through though. Remember, like go look at the games for him. Go look at his game logs. Like he went through a stretch in the postseason where he wasn't doing anything early on, and then he just had a great series. So if they can neutralize him, Vladdy Jr. has been just as hot. Vlad Jr. has been awesome in the postseason and is a superstar. I'm talking myself into it just because I don't want to see the streak broken. I don't want to see back-to-back champions. Go Blue Jays.
I hope so. I hope so. To relate this back to us here locally, did you see the video that the MLB had Vinny Pasquantino as a media correspondent yesterday? Did you see his question to
That'll
Shohei?
be fun. No.
He asked Shohei yesterday at the media days, this is true, by the way. Shohei's 2 hardest thrown pitches ever are both to Vinny Pasquantino. He threw 102 in the World Baseball Classic and 102 this year at Kauffman. And so Vinny asked him, he said, yeah, I don't know if you know that you did this, but you did this. So why do you hate me so much?
What was Shohei's answer?
He said, you're too good of a hitter. I have to throw hard.
Yeah, that's funny. Good on Vinny for getting in there. He'll be a personality. If he stretches his career out long enough, and I think he will, he's gonna have a job in the media. He is setting himself up nicely to do these things now. And to be quite honest, I think it's time to get him. It might be time to get him his extension if you're the Royals. That might need to be an offseason priority. He proved a ton this year on the field. He had the slow start, but man, he got it together. Is he one of the 4? I saw the 4 Silver Slugger guys yesterday. Yep. Is he one of the 4?
Salvi, Vinny, Bobby, and Michael.
That's right. Yeah. Michael's the one I couldn't think of. So good season for him. All right, we'll come back. We got just a little bit of time left here for you. Don't go away. More Sports Daily right after this.